to Renee. One more time for Renee. One more time. Yeah.
Nay.
Renee said, no disrespect, but has this man lost his mind? There's no way Joey would get stomped out by Kendrick. First, he needs to beat Ray Vaughn.
That part.
I mean, Ray Vaughn still hasn't responded. So he got cooked.
Yo.
I don't.
Listen, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait, you have an inherent bias towards Joey. You love Joey.
Yeah.
You grew up in the blog era. So anything
Thank you, Uggsy. We got to talk about this. No, if you can finish. But we definitely got to talk about this because I feel like Ant do have a bias for Joey. But
he loves Joey. He loves Joey, and he's been caping for Joey. Wait a minute. Let me finish.
So everybody that's going for
get him.
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
So me and you have had conversations even before any of this started. You love Joey. He is one of your guys. Chance, Joey, we know who your people are. Everybody in this chat knows who your people are. Joey is one of those guys. So if Joey had to do for you is hold his own. Not everybody sees this battle the way that you do. Now, is New York trying to say people like Rob Markman saying Joey won? Of course they're gonna say that because he's holding his own. I don't think he washed Ray. I don't think that. I think he did. So he came up with some really good songs and he did well. But we have it. We have inherent biases. You have a huge bias. You've been trolling for a whole week in the chat about Joey winning and killing the West and all this other stuff. And that's not what actually happened. He didn't. Now, did he hold his own? Absolutely. But it's not what you're making it out to be.
There's not to expand, but there's stuff that's hasn't been addressed on Joey's side. Some of the songs and some of the disses that the whole
defensive he is.
He says like what?
But the connection between him and 50 that both hit a J3 and Ray Vaughn.
He did adjust it.
Wait. Hold on. Drifting. Start over. Run that back. And meet yourself.
That's mine.
And that's
mine.
I can't respond back to what I'm saying.
Yo, you got super defensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, man. I'm saying there's
this
stuff
that's trying to give him some perspective. Wait,
but that's not true.
I'm trying to talk over you, man, but you keep talking over me.
But let me before you, I'm gonna address what Ung said because I'm not gonna let Ung fly with that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let Ung fly with that.
Wait, Drifting, get your point off first, and then you can address everything.
Get your point off. Drifting, get your point off, and then Ant, you can respond. And then one more time, shout out to Renee for giving us the opportunity to call out Ant.
Exactly. My opinion. At least the tail end of what she said. The thing about with Ray Vaughn and some of the songs that were made, all of this just feels strategic in a way that doesn't sit right with me. The way he's handled this and the way he's done things, and both Hit a J3 and Ray Vaughn brought up his connection with 50 and how it's sort of the same thing with the Drake beef. Somebody's put the way he has a battery put in his back, the motivation, some of the songs, the way they're tailored to be singles rather than them being just straight up diss tracks, especially near the end. The Ray Vaughn song Goldeneye is just, that's all I'm saying. There's stuff in that. I'm not talking about the Diddy stuff. I'm talking about there's a reason he did the 50 beat. There's a reason things have been done in a way. Hit a J3 said the same thing where he called out 50 Cent in one of the two, I forget which one in the most recent ones. And it's just been sort of that thing. I digress because I like Joey, so this is weird for me. I'm not trying to say anything negative about him, but it just feels off. Like the last few diss tracks, quote unquote, they feel like singles for the new album. They don't feel like diss tracks.
Hey, Drifting, you know what's funny? You brought up the beat, that beat that he used on GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Who produced that beat?
Oh man, I'm getting pop quiz. I forgot. It's
oh no, I'm gonna tell you. Dr. Dre.
Please. Oh,
that's a Dre beat.
Yeah. There's layers. I digress there, but I just don't.
I just came in and said, "God damn." That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go back on mute. Thank you, Drift. Thank you.
Yeah. Wait,
I
hold on. Wait, does Ant you need a second to
Go
rebuttal?
ahead.
Or
Rebuttal.
I'll rebut what Unc said. I think for number one, I've been fair. Like you could say that, but I like Ray Light's tracks. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of Ray's performances, and you know that was my take. But I was a fan of what. I
like
was a fan of Izzy's tracks. I was a fan of. No, I wasn't. I think Ray looked good at first until he got punched in the face.
He said that Joey squashed Ray.
Wait, hold on. What did you think about Whole Era?
Yeah, Whole Era was hot.
Whole Era? Yeah. I thought it was all right. I didn't think it was crazy. I do think he had good angles there. Like I think the Ice Spice was a good bar for sure. I just didn't like the instrumental on it. For one, the instrumental, like he trying to be like K-Dot to me.
That Ice Spice bar is still sticking.
Yeah, that Ice Spice.
I think that it doesn't stick when they like crowned him the King of New York. But to that point, I didn't think it was bad. I thought but I think he rushed Whole Era because it made when you start talking about people's careers and you ain't never made no music, you ain't make music for 5 years. I'm gonna look at your angles a little. The angles a little fun.
You know what I think was the bad misconception of that? I don't think he was saying it in that way. I think what he was trying to say is, nigga, we on the same level. Really, if you really look at it. I don't think he was trying to say But
you can't say that.
I mean,
you can't say that when somebody has.
Technically,
I'll explain why. Why are you guys cutting me off? You let me talk. Wait. You can't say that. You can't say that when somebody had Devastated went 2 times platinum. He has songs that went platinum.
When?
Ray, what has Ray done in his career? 2017. But what has Ray done in his career?
Exactly. That was in 2017. Continue.
So number 2, even then, he still did something. What has Ray done besides sit for 5 years and not make music?
But Ray addressed that in one of the songs. He said it was because of COVID, and TDE.
He did, and that was one. And we'll get to there with Golden Era. That rebuttal was terrible. To be honest with you, it was a terrible rebuttal.
You're clearly being biased. You keep cutting people off. All I'm gonna say.
You guys cut. Wait. But you guys cut. I was talking about Whole Era, and you guys cut me off.
I'm just.
You guys cut me off first. I didn't even finish addressing what I said. But I didn't like. Even then, let's say if it's true. That's literally defensive, and it's not good. It doesn't look good in a rap battle. I mean, that's no different than we fed you the information.
No, the way TDE works is they slow simmer.
1 second. 1 second. 1 second drift. 1 second drifting.
Sorry. No, I'll stop.
What's the difference?
Sorry.
What's the difference between that and what's the difference between that it was at the Diddy parties, but wasn't a part of no freak offs.
Yeah, that was a bad angle by Joey. That was one of the I didn't like that bar by Joey. I didn't like the gay bars by Joey. I didn't like Sorry Not Sorry. That shit is trash. I didn't like Sorry Not Sorry. I didn't think Joey had a perfect performance either.
1 second, Ant. 1 second, Ant. Now we're gonna talk about your bias because that's what Drifting just said. When we were in the chat the other day, you were grading all of the disses between Ray and Joey, and you at first you tried to give Sorry Not Sorry a 6, and I was like, nigga,
and I agree with you when you said a 3. And I agree with you. I said it was a 3. I said it was a 3 afterwards. I'm like, you know what?
But your inherent bias came out first. That's what we're talking about. You are biased. Just admit that you're biased.
Wait. We've been on VC, and I told you I didn't like Sorry Not Sorry. Did I not tell you that?
Why did you say
Sorry
6?
Not Sorry is ass.
Then why was it a 6 at first?
At that point, I retrospectively, I was like, yes. And then I thought about what you said, and I was like, okay. Nah, that shit a 3. We could talk about what I didn't like about Joey, so you can see how unbiased I am. Because there was a lot I actually didn't like about Joey in this. Even though I got him winning, there was a lot that Joey took that I didn't like.
So
here's a lot of things I didn't like from Joey.
Let me just point this one thing out real quick. The only reason why, and I think I kind of had this conversation with Ant too. I feel like you kind of pick who you think won this battle based on your perspective of rap and what makes a good lyricist, right? If you're very like a rapidy rap kind of thing where you feel like, yo, like you got to hit me with all these bars, this, that, for me to consider you like elite, I feel like you're going to like side with Joe. I feel like if you are a different person who just wants to hear somebody go at somebody, and all these like, rapidy rap, East Coast kind of like styles don't really do it for you, I feel like you're going to lean more towards Ray Vaughn. So I do understand that Ant is over there on that side. Because I understand that he's on that side because of what he likes to hear in rap. So everything is like based on perspective. You know what I mean? So somebody liking Joey, that you might have a little bit of bias because of the type of music that you like to listen to. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you like to listen to a different type of music, then you might be on Ray Vaughn's side. So I get it, but the part where I kind of disagree is when you kind of say that Ray Vaughn track wasn't like great. Like maybe to you and like the standards that you think, everybody has different standards to what's elite. So that's why I think I get it, but I definitely disagree. But I get it.
It's an opinion. It's not fact.
Yeah.
It's not fact. My opinion is never fact. I do want to say that. I didn't like his performance at the end, but that's my opinion.
You did. Okay, you have said facts a lot in this big academics, but you've said facts. So
yeah. I'm gonna just say, me, Unc, and Ty have been fighting for our motherfucking life in that last chat. We've been fighting. I'm tired. All of us were on the door.
Here's a funny thing. Here's a funny thing though. And please, people in the chat, if you in the chat and you from New York, I want to hear from you. I want to know if people from New York feel like Joey won or
of course they did.
That's what I want to know.
Furry B said,
of course they did, because that's been the narrative.
Furry said they definitely did not favor him.
They not. Okay. So that's what I want to. That's what I want to hear, because if people from New York who this is their kind of style of music are saying that he didn't win, then there has to be some type of that has to be looked at with some type of validity. You know what I'm saying? So I want to hear from the people from New York. How do y'all feel?
One thing, real quick.
But then by that logic, more people had Joey winning. By that logic, you know what I'm saying? Like that wouldn't make sense.
And
like overall, more people had him winning.
Real quick. I see that the point Zoe made is the point I've been making all week. Ant loves like super technical, intricate bars. Like I'm surprised Daylight isn't your favorite rapper, because he's super intricate with his bars.
Daylight was fire.
You gotta listen.
Well, see, that proves your point. That proves the point.
Proves my point. So, but you have to ask yourself this question: what rap battle that has ever happened has had super intricate? Other than Kendrick, let's take Kendrick's Euphoria out of it. What other winner of a rap battle has had super intricate bars? Because it wasn't Hit 'Em Up, it wasn't No Wrestling, it wasn't. This wasn't. He was very.
It wasn't Ether either.
Ether was not technical.
No Vaseline.
No Vaseline is not
Vaseline was technical.
No Vaseline was not intricate. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, it is.
That was not.
No, that's not intricate.
No, he did throw a couple of entendres. He did throw a couple of entendres at wordplay at a decent amount.
I mean, he started off. Goddamn, I'm glad y'all set it off. Like from that, everybody was like, "Oh shit!"
Look, most rap battles, the ones that win are the tracks that are the most disrespectful and humorous at the same time.
Yes,
even real motherfucking G's.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. I agree with Pink with that one. If you could mix in all of that, you can mix in a little bit of technical and just be funny and get to the point. Everybody's fucking. That's what I was saying. Like you don't even need no diss tracks that's like 3 minutes long. If you could say all the shit you gotta say in a minute, you could fucking win the battle. Like,
because look at Jay-Z fans still trying to argue over Takeover being the better song. It's like, yeah, but who cares? Ether was the better diss.
Right, what's the better diss? Yeah.
Exactly.
That was the point in the battle. Shit.
Yeah. Furry B said in NY, we feel he lost bad. We not feeling him. He's not our champ. Furry B's and NY.
Damn. I would never guess a New York person would ever say that. I would never guess that.
That's a little harsh.
Because I know that's been the narrative. Because I know a lot of they're saying.
No, I was just saying you can see it that way.
Because I know a lot of East Coast.
Think about it. Who been on top in New York for the last?
He ain't the East Coast king.
Ice Spice.
Joey.
6ix9ine. 6ix9ine.
Damn it, so.
Yeah, Joey Joey needs to drop at least 3 albums for him to call himself the king, and it's gotta have an impact. It cannot be like I know All American Badass, in 1999 are considered cult classics. It can't be a cult classic. It has to be like
that's a good point. That's a good point.
It's gotta. If you want to be king of New York, Joey, because this, even if I got him winning in this beef, it's not enough for me to go, hey,
right.
No.
But that's a great
Joey,
that's a great point, because maybe that's what turned people in NY off, is the fact that you've been away for this long. You've been acting. You ain't really care about hip hop the whole time you was acting, and now you jump out of nowhere and you say, "I'm the king. The ruler's back." I feel like that's what turned.
Cali nigga came out here and stumped your man.
Right. So I think that turned people off in New York, and this is why people aren't really backing him like that, because they looking at like, who the fuck is you? They we fuck with you. You from New York, but you can't come out and say I'm this when we've been in the trenches. We've been in the trenches all these years, and you've been on power.
JC backed him.
I agree, because
and Rory and Maul, they said
are we surprised?
He washed the West Coast.
Yeah.
No, I'm not surprised.
Oh, he washed the West Coast, right? All right.
He washed. I said,
what kind of detergent he used? Out of here, man. Wash the West Coast. All right, bro.
Great value.
I'll say this: if it wasn't for Loaded Lux, to that point too, if it wasn't for Loaded Lux, I don't think people would have been showing up for Joe. If it wasn't for Loaded Lux,
then you got academics fat ass talking about.
I think people showed up because of Loaded.
Academics.
What you say?
No, I said Kendrick over there antagonizing Kendrick and shit, talking about something. Ain't no way a nigga on tour ain't got no studio. That nigga scared.
Yeah,
First of all, academics didn't even go to a concert he claimed he spent $10,000 for. To go to the concert in LA and still thinking Saucy Santana. So kiss my ass.
He still ain't went. He still ain't went.
I can't use that argument, because remember when Drake was on tour? Remember? And he was like, well, he can't respond right now, because Maul also said the same thing. He can't respond while he's on tour because he has to be in a certain mindset to get into a battle.
Yep, I remember them saying Drake's on tour right now. Like, I remember that. Yep.
That's funny.
He's on a stadium tour.
Because the nigga got a stomach. That's the excuse.
Oh yeah, they did the stomach thing too. Yeah, they was making all types of excuses for this man.
Yeah, that was the stomach.
Yeah, he was having a bad reaction.
Yeah,
to Ozempic.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, I think, I don't know, does anybody else in this voice chat think that Joey had the better upper hand in this?
No.
Okay, in my opinion, from a battle rap perspective, I do think he had the upper hand, in my opinion. But overall, I do think hip hop won as a whole, because this was a crazy ass battle. I ain't gonna lie.
Good response, so the chat don't cook you, huh?
Listen.
You doing that so the chat don't cook you, huh?
Yeah. I got this.
Look, trying to say hip hop won, so the chat don't cook you.
From that angle, I
Go
could
all the
say
way with it.
From that angle, I could say I agree with that. But we also got to understand we not in a URL rap battle. We not in one of those. This is who could sway, because at the end of the day, these tracks are one displaying your skill, but at the same time, all these rap battles is to sway public opinion. Who does the best job swaying the public opinion? And right now, to me, Ray won that shit. Like, we could talk all we want about who was more
sway
technical.
The public opinion?
Yes, that's the whole point of these rap battles.
Ray did not sway the whole public.
Wait, what do you mean? How?
Wait, Ray did not sway most of the public.
Bro, but
what do you mean? Joey's tracks had more traction than all of Ray's tracks and Daylight's tracks. If you want to say, that's the reality.
What metric? Like, where are you measuring this?
I don't know about that.
Just off of what people were saying, and off of like the viewership and whatnot, it did outdo whatever Ray did.
Yeah, but you need a crazy sample to like basically get that metric, bro. Like you need.
Hold on. I gotta point out.
Say that. Go ahead.
Let me point this out, because he just said something about viewership, but he was arguing in the comments earlier about somebody talking about views and said they shouldn't be in. Come on, man.
Wait. Because
I saw that.
Wait. Let's not. No. I'm just saying, if you're gonna say who swayed the public opinion more, wouldn't it be the person that people listen to the most that got their point off. Because if we're talking about swaying the public opinion,
no, it's
Golden
not.
Eye came for one day. And it came and went after one day. People still listening to Crash Dummy, and people still talking about Crash Dummy.
I had the biggest problem with the last few tracks of his.
And I don't even think Crash Dummy is the best. I think that this is kind of overhyped.
I don't think people are going back to the songs the way you're saying it, because I'd say at the post when he did the 2 tracks with Crash Dummy, and what was the other one? It was I forget the.
I think it was Ayo, right?
I think that was Daylight. Daylight released a lot too, but
that was Daylight.
I'm just thinking, yeah, after GoldenEye, it just didn't feel the same. It wasn't like everything that was coming, like the finals.
Yeah, but if you're saying public opinion, right? You're talking about a popularity contest at that point. One is still top 10 trending. The other one doesn't even exist. Like it literally gets maybe 1,000 views a day.
Yeah, but
Crash Dummy is the one that people are replaying to.
Yeah,
but Ray has drawn a lot of attention to his
popularity
music,
contest.
My Town. I did like My Town. Yeah, I did like My Town, but I didn't. I was looking at the chat.
I don't know.
Like if you look, if we're talking about swaying public opinion, that's a popularity contest, and at that point, Joey did win the popularity contest.
Yeah, but you're talking about
not that I think he won because of that.
But you're talking about numbers now. Are we talking like you're measuring from numbers now? Does that also mean
no? Because you said sway the public opinion.
Yeah.
You said sway the public opinion.
And you was just in the yesterday talking about one of the Ray Vaughn tracks was still trending top 5. Why are you simplifying?
I never said that. That was Crash Dummy.
You did.
I said Crash Dummy. I said Crash Dummy was trending top 5. I said I'm not lying. I said wait. Are we just gonna accuse me now? I said Crash Dummy went top 5 trending.
All right, man.
It was top 5 trending yesterday. I said it. I said it. Are we just doing this? Like, are we just gonna lie and make me look bad?
I told you.
No,
listen. Is the one.
Defend yourself if that's not what you said.
I said I haven't. I just screenshot it. I said I screenshot it. I said, damn, Crash Dummy's still top 5 in trending. Might be West, and I was trolling you. So please, West Coast, please do not kill me. I promise.
No, continue what you said. You said West Coast what? Say what you said.
Nope.
Oh, he got kidnapped. He got kidnapped. Oh shit.
I said that. I have the screenshot right here. I said what I said because
I just feel like we can't.
Damn, Crash Dummy top 5 in trending. Might be West Coast anthem of the year. I was trolling when I said that. Please, West Coast, once again, don't kill me. Yeah.
Now go ahead, West Coast.
Crash Dummy. I never said GoldenEye. GoldenEye did not trend.
So,
but I just sent it in the chat when I said.
So what you're basically saying is that the metric is that if you look at a Joey song and it's trending, that means that he's winning.
Wait, because I think we're conflating my argument. You said everybody based on public opinion.
Right. No, I'm saying that's what we should measure it. On basically like the public opinion on what's like who.
I don't agree with the views, by the way.
Who do you see more is like who do you see people are saying is winning more? That's where I feel like, where it's at. When you ask the majority of people who won, where do you see most of the people saying that this person won? Do you see?
Based on what I've seen, Joey. I've seen Joey more. That's why I said I don't know where, like, if you're looking at more, but I don't even like that argument because I'm gonna back up Ray. I'm gonna back up Ray here. I don't even like that argument because Ray isn't even the more popular artist. I don't even like that argument. But yes, more people did say Joey was winning. That's not a lie. You're missing my point once again. I'm saying if you're saying this is who swayed the public opinion, you got to look at what people are saying. And the metrics at that point, it's a popularity contest. Joey did win that over Daylight.
We can also look at the fact that some of Ray's lines are still sticking. Like people are still quoting Ray. So
and also the fact Ray is fairly new, right? If we really go back to you,
that's what I was saying. To his benefit, he is new. So I'm not saying that as like
up at a certain place right now that has to be commended.
Because you also have to look at the fact that he really wants to battle Kendrick, but there's a lot of people once Ray Vaughn started dropping, people like, no, you need to respond to him.
Yeah, true. Because I think he was originally gonna just try to lil bro Ray, like I'm not talking to you, but I think Ray coming in the way that he did made Ray, people be like, nah, you gotta respond to this. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't know. I look at Ray's and I look at his response to me. Whole era was like, to me, that was a big response.
Because even swaying public opinion, you saw the narrative shift to like it went from damn Ray's cooking Joey to damn Joey's punching down to damn, well, we have to credit Ray to damn, it's just the East Coast media trying to promote propaganda to damn OVO. So if we're looking at swaying public opinion, that's what most people have been saying. It's not been the other way around. There's been there's still a decent amount of people that say Ray. And once again, I don't think that's fair to Ray. So before chocolate gets on me, that's not fair to Ray. Ray is a newer artist. Ray's just building a fan base. So I'm just saying, we're looking at.
I mean, somebody got to, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got to do it. I'm sorry.
No, but I do
because I was making a point.
I do respect. I do respect you. Like I do respect that that you standing on what you saying and you not folding. I do respect that because it's your opinion. But like I said, everybody has their own stance based on what they like. They like if you like rapidy rap technical shit, like you definitely gonna like Joey. You gonna look at Ray Vaughn and you probably gonna be like his is too simple. You know what I mean? That's how I think. And I think that's where you are with it. And that's okay to me. That's all right.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, with that point specifically, but like I said, I don't feel like it's fair to Ray either. So I'm not saying that. It's just when we say sway, everybody's saying. Not everybody is saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying.
I'm just based on the algorithm because I've seen both on mine. Yeah. Like, I've seen the split with they give Joey the win, and people mad at Daylight because he basically bowed out, and people give it to Ray. So I've seen a mix.
Oh yeah, people mad at Daylight. Poor Daylight, man. People mad at Daylight. No. I mean, hey, actually, quick question: do you guys think Daylight bowing out? How do you feel? Do you guys feel like it's like a J. Cole move? That's a good question to ask. Do you guys feel like it's
not this serious?
I don't think
it's
so.
Not serious.
No.
Yeah. He didn't bow out. He did not bow out.
He did a lot of tracks. He did a lot.
Yeah, he did a lot. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When they came out, they was coming out with them back-to-back tracks in like one day. I kind of was like, I'll be back later, yo.
It was a lot.
That's when I gave up.
I was like, man, I'll be back later. I was like, I can't just listen to all this back and forth and like, it's like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Once it get there, I'm like, like I feel like when you say what you saying, like. That's why every track, I'm not a fan of these tracks that come out and it's like you just rapping and you spitting out warning bars. Fuck all that shit. Say everything you trying to say. You there to kill this nigga in the track. Kill that nigga in the track. Don't come out here and give warning bars and then be like, yeah, the next one that come out is really going to be fucked. I don't want to hear that because you might not get a chance to have my attention on the next one. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like the other person might come out and say something and they might be more direct than you was on that last one. And now everybody looking at you like, yo, you got destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be like, this track, let me wait for you to get on them on this track. Say what you got to say. By the time all those tracks came out, I was tired already.
That's why I appreciated Ray more than Daylight because Ray was more direct.
Ray was super direct, and he was saying everything in that track. And it's like, yo, when you kind of dance around it, it kind of like I don't want to have to go listen to all 4 of these tracks, and now I got to write a summary on all 4 about what you said. Like it's like ain't nobody trying to do that. Like.
You know what's crazy? I've been telling everybody that. I say the main reason why.
Hold on. Batman, before you go, hold that thought real quick. Renee just broke the stream again. God damn it. God damn it.
Nope, I'm playing with my fucking name.
Look, buy you another soundboard at this point.
Yeah, money.
God damn it.
Yo.
How?
Ray.
Shout out to Renee. One time for Big Renee. XY Big Renee.
Yo, they accepting job applications where you at?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I feel like Renee gonna shut down the stream one time, yo. I feel like there's one time Renee gonna come through and the whole stream gonna have to just shut down. It's gonna get dark in here. Everything gonna go off. It's just gonna say stream has ended. God damn.
They're gonna break something.
You're gonna be like, hey man.
Internet gonna go out or something.
I got my daily quota.
Renee said,
I got my daily quota.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like you tried to earlier. Yep.
Renee said, does this man live on the same planet?
I think you're talking about you, Ed.
Hey, look, I'm basing it on what I've seen. I'm basing it on what I've seen, and I've seen more of that. Like that's not a lie. That's not a lie. It's like it's not a lie. It's what people have been saying. I don't know why we're acting like I'm the only one that's saying this.
Your algorithm be lying to you.
But even then, let's take out algorithm. Let's take out algorithm. You look at channels that are more TDE or more like West Coast bias. Curtis Poll, they had Joey winning. Hip Hop DX, they had Joey winning. You look at polls they were having, for the most part, there is a couple that say Ray is winning, and I've seen it. So for people to say my algorithm is just
those
disingenuous.
polls, you can't even take. You have to take those with a grain of salt because it's not everybody's voting.
Everybody.
But that's why I said my algorithm was
like,
more mixed. Because like you said, you saw closer polls. I saw the same thing. I saw some where people had Ray up or Joey or a tie.
I saw some that had Ray up. I saw some that had Ray up. I didn't see none that had Daylight up. No, shout out to Daylight. I see that. And I didn't see.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I saw some, but what I mainly saw, I'm not. Oh my God! Damn, you're not gonna let me talk today. Golly. But I did see for the most part, the polls were saying Joey was up. For most of the polls that I've seen, it said Joey was up. There was a couple that said Ray, but it wasn't that many.
Yeah, my only problem.
Yeah, see, Eclipse is confirming it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. My only problem with Daylight and his beef was trash. I ain't gonna lie. So it was kind of a hard time for me to like listen to his bars because his beats was like all over the place for some of his tracks. But
I just don't like his lack of being out. If you want to diss somebody to be direct, I want to diss track to sound like y'all about to fight. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. Ayo was pretty fire.
I think Daylight's strategy.
Yeah, I like Ayo, but the rest of them, I was like, stop beating around the bush and just aim directly at him.
Yeah,
he was talking the shit.
I think Daylight did a bad job of timing. I think it was just his strategy. Because if you actually hear, he had the best bar.
His strategy.
Yeah, it was just his timing was off.
It was definitely all over.
His timing was off.
Like I was trying to say earlier, the main reason why this beef is the way it is and why everybody have these opinions the way they have, it's because of the fact that when you listen to the beef, the only one that everybody really cared the most about was this whole situation, Ray, because they were the only one that made it seem like it was just going back and forth. Everybody else has included himself because Joey disrespected the whole West Coast, and he didn't directly say who in the West Coast. He just said West Coast. So everybody in the West Coast decided to jump in it because he disrespected everybody. But when you go down and listen to who actually was attacking each other the most, it was Joey and Ray. That's the reason why people were more excited about that. And then when everybody else was came in, it felt more like a filler than it did like beef. Because you just like, okay, why the hell is everybody else involved now? You know what I'm saying? And like now, because at this point, like you said, everybody beating around the bush. Ain't nobody really like taking direct shots at each other. They already getting these warning shots. But the only ones that wasn't being direct and giving warnings to each other was Joey and Ray. That's why I think if the beef would have just been Joey and Ray and not Daylight and not Reason and not fucking Hit Day 3 or AG Sykes, if it wasn't with any of them, I think the beef would have been way better. It would have been way more disgusted better. It would have been like we want to know who the hell to go for.
But that's Joey's fault because he should have been direct from the beginning.
To be fair to Daylight, if you listen
from the beginning.
To be fair to Daylight, I think a lot of people need to understand Daylight. That's how Daylight rap. He likes to build up, and it just doesn't work in a song. It doesn't work in a song as well as compared to how Joey or Ray approached it. But the way Daylight raps, if you heard him battle rap, he likes to build up the bar. And so he slowly builds things up. It's not him being necessarily indirect. It's just him trying to make sure that bar pays off. So I think people were just unaware of how Daylight raps, and they were like, "Man, he's not being direct," but that's how Daylight is. Anybody that's heard him URL, that's how he raps. People were just not aware of how Daylight raps, and people thought that Daylight was just gonna automatically go on 100, and that's not really his steez. Pun intended. Shout out to Captain Steez.
Here's the question that I asked earlier. So let y'all thoughts on it. Does Joey deserve a response?
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it.